Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the Champions League. I can't believe we're back in the Champions League. Champions League is back at the carpet, people. Don't you love to see it? And we're back. We're back. And this time, I'll tell you what, we're not there to make up the numbers. No, 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 no. This is the champion. Listen, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the view. This is the preview for the Arsenal versus PSV Eindhoven Champions League return after 6 years of not being in that illustrious competition. We're back. We're back, baby. And we're back like we never left. We're back better than ever with a much better squad, with a much better unit, with a much better team than the last time we was in that. Yeah, because the last time we was in that competition, the last game we played, the last aggregate score, first leg, second leg, it was shambalism, shambolica FC. It was atrocious. Like I was looking back and listen, do you guys remember the team that played Bayern Munich? Bro, this is gonna be a mazzoline, yeah. I can't believe we were relying, hoping, believing that we could do something in the Champions League with these squads that we was kind of fielding in 2015, 16, 17. Like, look at this squad, people. This is the last time Arsenal were in the Champions League. Yeah, it's a matter. Here we are. Here we are. 5-1. Of course, it ended in a 10-2 aggregate score. We don't have to go too much into that. I'm sure all Arsenal fans will be very aware of that. Goals scored by Lewandowski, Iron Robin, Douglas Costa, Arturo Vidal. Just those names there, just the names there. It's like, bruh, how did we even think we even stood a chance to do something in this competition with the squads that we were fielding against the squads that we were going against? Bro, it's a mad thing. Look at this. We in goal, we had David Ospina. We had a back four of Hector Bellerin, Mustafi, Koscielny, Nacho Monreal. I mean, the only one there you deposit some sort of faith in is Nacho Monreal. Then you had a midfield of Granit Xhaka being deployed on the right hand side, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the middle, Aaron Ramsey, bro. And then you had a front three of Theo Walcott, Oliver Giroud, and Alexis Sanchez. The only person in that 11 that you could trust to do something for us was Alexis Sanchez. If Arsenal didn't sign Alexis Sanchez throughout those throughout those years, 15, 16, 17, we would be in big trouble, you know. We would have declined way more if it wasn't for Alexis Sanchez. I understand he left in the most horrible of conditions, snake the thing and all of that and all of this. But I say that to say this: if it wasn't for him in those years, we would have been in big trouble, bro. Because look at that team. I mean, you saw it yourself. It's a completely different outlook now. It's a completely different situation now, of course. We're doing the business. We have just released our team photo, our official team photo, and you know, this is the team. This is a team that we can field in the Champions League. Mikel Arteta has come to the club as a manager, and he has built a squad of young players who are hungry, who are technically gifted, who are just fantastic to be able to work with. And I see us going far on this time round in this competition, and I don't just say that. I don't just I'm not saying that for the simple fact of I want it to happen and so forth. If we actually check it and if we actually deep it, one of the first things Mikel Arteta said when he came to Arsenal as a manager, he was asked, what do you want to achieve with Arsenal? What do you want to what do you want to essentially accomplish here? And he said, I want to win the Champions League. I want to win the Champions League with Arsenal. Make no mistake, people. If we take the competition seriously this year, which I think we will, which I believe we will, which we don't have any other option but to take it seriously. And if we can somehow get out of the round of 16, of course, let me be humble. If we can get out of the group stages, round of 16, into the quarterfinals, I think we have every chance. I understand there will still be teams that will be ahead of us and will be clear favorites, your Real Madrids of this world and your PSGs of this world. But look, man, I'm telling you, like, right now, I can. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling that this year might just be our year. And the reason why I say this, people, is because when it comes to the Champions League, it's such a it's there, isn't it? It's stuck because you can't really call your team an elite top shelf. The Barcelonas, the AC Milans, the Inter Milans, the Manchester Uniteds, the Man Cities of this world, the Chelseas of this, they've all won it. Arsenal is the only great elite club that has not won the Champions League. And I think maybe PSG, if I'm not mistaken. But we need to do the business this year. We need to do the business. And it starts off tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium, 8 p.m. Kickoff against PSV Eindhoven. Now, PSV Eindhoven, they're a tricky side. PSV is a side that we've bumped into them. We keep bumping into them in European competitions. I think we've faced them a total of 8 times. Some wins, some losses, more wins than losses. But it hasn't been smooth sailing. They're a European side with a lot of pedigree. They do have a lot of European pedigree, more than us. I'll be honest and I'll be real. And so far as things stand, they are the most successful team from the Netherlands. They won 24 titles in total. This season they've got a new manager, so Van Nistelrooy is no longer the boss, and that added a little bit of spice to things. Being Van Nistelrooy, being the guy that effectively, he was a staunch sort of rival in his playing days against Arsenal. We all know the infamous moment with him and Martin Keown with that penalty. But he resigned. He resigned because of issues going on in the dressing room. So there's quite a lot of changes from when we last faced them last season, which our home game ended in a win and our away game ended in a defeat in the Europa League. But yeah, it's one of those ones where since then there's been a few changes from a managerial aspect and also from a players aspect as well. So he's gone. We're now looking at the new boss, man like Peter Boss. He's done well. What can I say? He's got PSV playing, and 4 wins, 4-0 wins, clean sheets, big score lines. These are things that we're going to have to be cautious of. It's not going to be plain sailing. It's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be a given sort of win. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal, if we're going to go out there and really not make up the numbers in the Champions League and actually go there to try to win it, we need to take every single team and every single game seriously, whether it's group stages, whether it's anything else, because these guys are going to take it seriously. They're going to take it extremely seriously. And you're looking at things like him taking certain teams that he's obviously managed to significant positions. Like, he's not out and out an elite coach or anything like that, someone we have to be specifically scared of or cautious of. But you never know. He's settled in well. That's all I can say about the new PSV manager. In terms of the players, they've lost Xavi Simons, Cody Gakpo, Noni Madueke. They've lost a few players that's been being sold to top clubs here and there. Obviously, Gakpo, Liverpool, Noni Madueke, Chelsea. They've lost Ibrahim Sangare, who's also joined Nottingham Forest as well. But they still got one or two players that can cause a threat and cause problems on a day. People like Noah Lang, who's a striker as well, as you can see here. I think he was the guy that essentially won them the Johan Cruyff trophy or shield or plate, whatever they call it, which is like the community shield equivalent here in the UK. They've got Ricardo Pepi. They've got the guy that used to play for what's his name, for Crystal Palace, Patrick Van Aanholt. They've got a few players. No one specifically to that we look at and say, right, he's going to be a mad threat. But look, they play as a team, PSV, and this is the thing we need to keep in mind. We need to do the business as a team, play as a team, respect them. We need to go out there and play our football, worry about ourselves, but also respect the opposition, and everything will be all right. I think from that perspective. But it's going to be a tricky game. I'll be honest and I'll be real, people. We're back in the Champions League. We're here to win it this time. Mikel Arteta wants to win the Champions League. So in terms of the focus back on us, the focus for tomorrow should be strongest possible 11. I'm talking your Gabriel Jesus's, your David Raya's, yes, and I said David Raya because I tell you what, yeah, as much as I love Aaron Ramsdale, pause, it's becoming night and day in terms of the comfort levels, in terms of the assurance levels, in terms of the flippity flappity jiff jaffy aspect to Ramsdale. Raya doesn't have any of that, and he's excellent when it comes to playing out from the back. He's excellent when it comes to giving confidence to his defenders that they can pass back in tight situations. Like it's a no-brainer. Champions League, Premier League, right, has to start. You did this, Mikel. You walked your way into this problem. So now the fans, pundits, journalists, people watching from different viewpoint, different angle, they're looking at the clear differences in quality. And don't get me wrong, as I said, I love Aaron Ramsdale and I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper. It's only gonna improve as time goes on. But like when it comes to him against Raya, like Raya is just a few levels ahead. It's as simple as that. So you put Raya playing, like, do not feel the weaker side, because this is the type of things that we've been guilty of in the past, and we just leave the competition. Like Mikel Arteta's got some things to fix. He's record in European games, especially for Arsenal, being mainly for Arsenal, it's not great. Like it really isn't great. Not even just European games and in cup competitions as a whole. So this stops this year. We waited 6 years to win a game at Goodison Park, and we went there and we did the business because he had a clear game plan, and it all worked out, and that's fine. Hats off to you. Congratulations. Same thing here. We haven't been in the Champions League for 6 years. So now it's like, do not be fielding weaker sides. And, I don't want to see fringe players, Cedric and all of them, and they're players that that are clearly talented and really want it. They're not just there for the payday or whatever, like Smith Rowe. Give them a chance. Those players, you give them a chance. Get him back. Get some football in his legs. Give him some minutes in this game. You've given Fabio Vieira his chance. Why aren't you giving Smith Rowe his chance? Cool. You're waiting for a bit more of a rotation between different competitions. Here we are. We're about to start to play for a different competition now. Now you can exert your players a little bit more to playing time. And look, man, I say that to say this. Striker, Gabriel Jesus as well. For me, he goes straight into the starting 11. And Nketiah has had his time. He's done fantastically well at times, but at times you see that he's just completely not effective. Example being that Everton game, he worked his socks off. Take nothing away from the way how he worked, but I think Gabriel Jesus is a must in this game, because I just think Gabriel Jesus, the trickery, just the way he plays football is just different, in it. The technicality, the physique, everything else is different. But yeah, people, man, I'm gonna predict a 3-1 win. I still don't think we'll hold a clean sheet. Being the first game back in the Champions League, there will be jitters, there will be nerves, hearing that Champions League anthem being played out in a carpet again. That's going to be beautiful scenes. But there will be nerves. There will be elements of nerves there. Maybe not. I don't know. This is a side that, for me personally, I still think we have so much more in us. There's players there that they've got so much more to their core. Rice, Saliba, these guys here. So maybe the nerves and the jitters won't be there. Maybe they will. I'm not too sure. But it's an interesting week. Started off well against Everton, got the win. Now we've got PSV in the Champions League. This is our return to the Champions League. This is significant, people. This is quite a big thing, And, we need to be there, full house, supporting our boys, no matter what happens. Get the win against PSV. We return back to the Premier League. Tottenham, we do the business there. And then we continue to move and we continue to excel. We continue to grow. People, I'm going to leave it there. Past 10 minutes. Please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're back in the Champions League. Hey! Back to Tuesday, Wednesday football, bro. I was getting tired of that Thursday football. The Europa League isn't a place to be, my people, Like, you want to be there if you ain't got no other option. But, bruh, like, it's big. The champion. Listen, I say that to say this. If Mikel Arteta was to win the Champions League with Arsenal, yeah, he might even just match Wenger's achievement. Listen, take nothing away from Uncle Wenger, Papa Wengs, yeah. Started supporting Arsenal partly because of him. Like, he's the guy. He won 3 Premier Leagues, all of that jazz. But then again, it's 3 Premier Leagues. It's not no Fergie 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a new manager, a current manager, they can get to those levels slowly but surely, work their way. Like Mikel, it will be the Champions League. If we won the Champions League, which is a trophy Arsenal has never won, we don't have such a trophy in our cabinet. Yeah, it's legendary. I'm talking trophy already. Now, would that surpass Wenger's total achievement? Maybe not. Maybe he needs to come with a Premier League. But then, if let's just say, if he was to win the Champions League and a Premier League, he's won the FA Cup already. Maybe another two Premier Leagues. Then, boy, do you know what I mean? Like, do you get where I'm coming from, Mikel? This is your opportunity to be great, to be a GOAT. Let's make sure you field strong sides, take it seriously. PSV are not a pushover. All of these teams lens, all of the like you look at the names because you don't see uh, Bayern Munich and Barcelona and Juventus, you think, oh yeah, we're gonna be, bro. Trust me, you need to earn the right to win. So please earn the right to play and earn the right to win before you even think, oh, man's already won this game. Tomorrow, I want to see composure. I want to see flair. I want to see everything beautiful in football. I want to see a result. And we move, people. We absolutely move. We need to make sure that we get off to a winning start. And that's what it's about, man. Champions League, I can't wait. I was trying to get tickets for this game, but fortunately, I couldn't get tickets. So I will just be watching it from the comfort of my home. And look, who knows? I might even do a watch along. I might just do it because it will be an interesting one. It should be a quite funny watch along. So long not in the Champions League. Yeah, are we going to be nervous? Are we going to be confident? Are we going to be? I'm sure we are. I'm sure we're going to play our football. I'm sure we will get the win. I predicted a 3-1 win. Don't think we'll hold a clean sheet, unfortunately, but it is what it is, people. As I previously said before, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Please, 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 please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I will see you lot tomorrow on the post-match review. We're going to see what we do in that game. Hopefully it's a W. Hopefully it's a good post-match, and the player ratings videos to follow after that as well. And I'll see you lot there, people. Peace and love.